Hey there! Welcome to today's lesson. We will learn about three-dimensional shapes, and at the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify and count the flat faces of a cube and cuboid. Identify and count the corners of a cube and cuboid. Identify and count the edges of a cube and cuboid. Identify objects at home that are cubes and cuboids. Identify the curved surfaces of a cylinder. Mention three-dimensional shapes that are spheres and cylinders in our homes. Let's begin. Three-dimensional shapes are objects or shapes that are measured in 3 dimensions: height, width, and depth. Common three-dimensional shapes are cubes, cuboids, spheres, and cylinders. Three-dimensional shapes have properties like faces, corners, and edges. Let's take a look at the properties of the following three-dimensional shapes. A cuboid has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 corners. A cube has 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 corners. Both the cube and cuboid have the same number of faces, edges, and corners. So how do we know the difference? All faces of the cube are equal, but 2 faces of the cuboid are smaller than the others. Let's continue with the other shapes. A sphere has 1 curved face, 0 edges, and 0 corners. A cylinder has 2 flat faces, 1 curved face, 2 edges, and 0 corners. Do you know that there are 3-dimensional shapes in our homes and schools? Let's find them. A ball is a sphere. A dice is a cube. Canned food is a cylinder. And a matchbox is a cuboid. We have come to the end of today's lesson. We have learned how to identify and count the faces, corners, and edges of 3-dimensional objects. Identify objects at home that are 3-dimensional objects. Identify the curved surfaces of a cylinder.